Laurel, Laurel, Laurel. 11 episodes in, and your father still doesn't know. And now you're just making things worse. Let's begin. So, everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow, Season 3, Episode 11, Midnight City. And I guess this entire episode takes place during midnight? No, I don't know. So, let's just get to the point. First, let's talk about Laurel. This episode was focused mostly on her and her beginning her career as Black Canary. And I know what everyone's thinking. Everyone hates Laurel. Sometimes they hate her to like... I feel bad for the character sometimes, because sometimes I do see potential in her. And I think there are times where she does seem like when she's the district attorney and doing her job as that's when I actually think Laurel is interesting and great to watch, because I think she's great at doing that. But now she's becoming a crime fighter, trying to step in the footsteps of her sister, Sarah. And we're forced to believe that she is becoming this crime fighter. And I don't know what to say, guys. For me personally, I'm not hating it, but I am not believing it. And that's bad. Because I need to believe that Laurel can be this hero, but there's something from stopping me from not believing it, and I feel bad about it, because I want to like Laurel as Black Canary. And I know a lot more people are going to be probably harsh on this than I am, but that's just the way I'm feeling. And again, you know, just like my introduction here for this video, we're 11 episodes in, and Detective Lance still doesn't know his daughter is dead. And to make matters worse, Laurel is now posing as Sarah, even using a voice manipulator to create Sarah's voice. And I wonder if that's actually Katie Lotz's voice. I was thinking about that, but you know what? Their voices maybe were a little bit too similar. I didn't notice no difference. But I wonder if they did use her voice. Who knows? But I am curious on when Lance is going to find out about his daughter's death, if he ever will. Or is Laurel going to put up this charade for, you know, the rest of the series until it finally ends in season 10? Who knows? But yeah, that's... Laurel, I don't know what to say about her anymore. I really do want to like her, and I'm hoping maybe the next episode can convince me. I mean, it's not like she was a super badass. Some of the good stuff in the episode is where she did fail. And when she said she was giving up, I was going, yes, please, give up. Give up. You're no good at this. You failed. You suck. And then Felicity convinces her to continue fighting. Thanks, Felicity. Thanks. Speaking of Felicity, we see her relationship continue on with Brendan Routh's character, Ray Palmer. And obviously, he's still working on ways to improve his suit. Now he's working on a laser, and he needs Felicity's help with it. And yeah, a lot of, you know, their chemistry I'm really enjoying. I really like Brendan Routh as an actor. You know, Superman Returns, to me, is one of the most underrated films ever, and I think Brendan Routh was awesome as Superman. So I'm glad to see him here playing a different type of role, and I hope those rumors are true that he might be getting his own show, because that would be pretty awesome. And 3 shows connected to each other, that would be sweet. I also liked... I thought it was actually pretty cool that Roy was spying on Thea, and he finds out that Merlin is still alive. So what does Roy do? He goes and confronts Merlin. And I thought Roy was going to do something stupid and mess up somehow, but he gave him a threat, and that was it. He just gave him a good talking to. Look, I'm going to tell Thea soon that what you made her do to Sarah, and now you're putting her in danger of Ra's al Ghul. So all of that was really cool. And then Merlin confesses to Thea that about Ra's al Ghul anyways. He didn't tell her about Oliver. He didn't tell her about Sarah's death. But he told her about Ra's al Ghul and the danger. And Thea wants to stand up and thinks they can take him on. I am curious about next week, but I'll get to that later. So we got Diggle, Roy, and Felicity, all trying to figure out what to do. They're all separated. Felicity's working with Ray. Diggle and Roy are trying to band together and protect Laurel, making sure she doesn't get herself injured. And I liked Roy. I liked Roy ever since he was introduced. I know there are some people out there that didn't like Roy too much. I always thought Roy was pretty cool, and I like him a lot more. Even more now when he became Arsenal. I thought he's been really great this season, and I'm loving Roy. He's Oliver's Robin. If Oliver is Batman, Arsenal is Robin. It's always been like that, even in the comics, so they're doing a great job. And I think this, if the Batman movies ever decide to bring Robin, I hope they look at Arrow to see how the sidekick should be done, because I think Arrow is doing a really good job with the sidekick role. Obviously, we also have Oliver coming back to life. He was brought back in the last episode, and now we see him with Maceo and Tatsu. And I'm not clear on how Oliver was brought back, though. So if anyone can clarify that for me, that would be cool. But the big thing with Maceo, even though he protected Oliver, we got some gray, shady areas coming up here, because we find out that Maceo is in contact with Thea's new boyfriend. But the mind bust is Thea's new boyfriend is keeping tracks of Thea for Maceo for Ra's al Ghul, because they want to know what the hell Merlin's up to. So now this has got me thinking, man, whose side is Maceo on, man? Because now this is like insane. Like, is he helping Oliver or is he against Oliver? And this is, wow, that ending, man, that was a nice twist. I wasn't expecting that. Especially from that character, who in the flashbacks we see that they're good friends so far. I mean, unless something really terribly goes wrong where, there's some bad blood between him, or unless he is protecting Oliver, but he's still loyal to Ra's al Ghul. This is the stuff that's going to confuse us a little bit throughout the rest of the season, I think. So, yeah. Crazy, man. Mind blown. That's it. So, for the most part, I am going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. I can't give it an 8. I wanted to, but thinking about it more and more, the Laurel stuff really brought this episode down for me. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not buying into the whole Laurel situation. And even with her, getting her ass thrown a little bit and failing at that mission, it's not working for me yet. And hopefully next week will be a huge improvement, because it looks like we're getting the return of somebody. And I'm looking forward to that, because last week's episode I liked a lot more. But that was before Laurel got in costume. And hopefully someone can... I don't want to spoil it just in case people don't watch the previews for next week, but I'm hoping someone will knock some sense into her. And speaking of next week, I don't know if anyone caught the CTV preview in Canada, but Roy he says Oliver's line, "You have failed the city," and I'm like thinking to myself, Roy, that's not your line. That's Oliver's line. Don't say that ever again. I like Roy, so I'm not hating on Roy. I'm just saying that's not your line. And with that, guys, I guess that's it. Okay, so until next week, it looks like it's going to be a big episode. It looks like there's going to be an all-out fight. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see certain surprises. We'll see what's going to happen, especially with all this that's being revealed today. It's going to be interesting to see how things are going to be revealed, and when Ra's al Ghul is going to actually find out that Oliver is still alive. That's going to be insane, and I can't wait for the round 2 of that fight. So until next week, take care.